What's up, Man Dog Pod listeners? Thank you so much for tuning in to today's free episode. If you want to hear the full episode, it's available over on our Patreon, patreon.com/you'rethemannowdog. We've got full episode audio and video for everything we've done, a huge archive of tons of fun stuff with all your favorite comedians. Check it out today. Once again, that's patreon.com/you'rethemannowdog. Thanks so much, and have a great day.
You are the man now, dog. 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 You are the man now.
How's it looking on the ones and twos?
What are the ones and twos?
I think it's
I gotta go.
1 and 2 turntables. I think.
And it's on the ones and twos.
Because there's...
Someone's on the ones and twos. There's a one, but they're both plural.
Right.
Implying that there's like
Right.
more
Yeah.
than one and more than one.
Is someone on the
Two.
downbeat and someone's on the upbeat on the ones and twos?
On the ones and twos.
Maybe the ones is the records and the twos is the faders.
Yeah.
Ones.
And twos.
That's so funny that you go to DJ. I immediately go like it must be something so much older.
Drumming.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You're probably right.
But who's counting? What are these old ass songs in 2/4 time?
Here we go in 2/2.
In 2/2 time. Yeah. I also have to go.
That thing about thinking much older and newer, I just saw a TikTok about how that's the Michigan J. Frog song, Hello, My Honey.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Yeah.
Hello, my ragtime gal.
Was written in the late 1800s as a roast of the word hello, which had just become in use because of the telephone. And they were trying to get people to say hello when they answer the phone. Usually hello up until that point had meant like you're surprised, like hello, like kind of thing.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Hello is a fad word.
Knock 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 knock.
1 minute.
Ahoy!
And ahoy to you. Hello.
Oh, sorry. I thought I already made myself plain.
Oh, you did. I saw. I saw there.
Did the sun hit my face? Was more of my visage revealed? Are you were surprised to see me? I thought we were.
No.
I thought we were courting tonight.
My darling Margaret, no, not at all. You've been home nosing the books for school. Perhaps you haven't heard. We say hello now.
Well, I don't say hello unless someone has walked in on me in the boudoir.
Well, I am so sorry to have made that a misunderstanding. I was quite happy to see you, my darling Margaret.
Gerald, if we are to be courting tonight, please only say hello if I step on a small pest.
Absolutely. I will try to incorporate your slightly older sensibilities into our conversations.
Oh, well, don't make me feel like I'm behind the times, Gerald. It's just that ahoy is how we've greeted each other as long as we've known each other.
You haven't heard. Ahoy is just what pirates and sailors say now.
Oh.
Hello is said amongst the people of the town.
Now,
Heidi ho, mail call.
And,
now what do we think about Heidi Ho? I'm sorry, mailman. I've been in the books, and I've forgotten to pay attention to my surroundings for the past 3 weeks as I've been studying for my tutor's exam. Heidi Ho. Now, where's that from?
Well, I was coming up from a long ways away, and I didn't want to surprise anybody, so I figured I'd have to exclaim something, and I wanted it to sound friendly.
I appreciate that. Sort of a, I don't want you to say hello, so I'm making my presence known. Now, may I ask you, Mailman Burns, do you feel that hello is to say only in surprise?
I'm sorry I've surprised you.
See, Gerald?
Okay, well, when you walked upon me, the way we greeted hands was kind of a shock to me. I put my hand out to see if you were holding any weapons, and you kind of slapped me 5 fingers there.
Yes, I wanted you to know that I was leaving.
Here, please, let's all sit and... Mama,
Yes, darling.
hello. Oh, so sorry. See, I tried
Did you
to use...
step on a small pass?
I'm sorry, Mama. Would you bring us
Did
those...
someone come upon you in your boudoir?
No.
Was it this rapscallion of a man? You're
Madam,
supposed
no.
to be courting.
We are courting, madam, and I apologize. I
Please.
only stand erect before your daughter, trying to be as polite as possible.
Yes,
good.
Mama.
Now you're using proper language.
Gerald only stands erect. He was just informing me, as you and I have been so focused on my studies, that hello... Sorry, has become a more common phrase. But please, let us all sit on the veranda with a glass of lemonade.
Well, this seems like a family affair until the morrow.
Farewell, Mailman Burns.
Farewell, Mailman Burns.
Bye.
What the?
Scene. Hello and ahoy.
And ahoy
And
to
ahoy.
all the listeners out there. It's another casted pod of the Man Dog with me, Dan Lippert, my co-host Ryan Rosenberg.
Hello, Dan. Thank you for having me.
And our lovely returning guest, Jessa McKenna.
That's my email.
Is it? Oh, that's probably
Sort of.
Well, unless you don't want to get email.
Well, yeah, thank you so
we don't
much.
know if
Your
it's
full
Yahoo,
email
Gmail.
out later in the
My
show.
my email is not a good one. It's a nickname from middle school that was all my names were gone by the time I signed up for Gmail, and every time I have to spell it over the phone, people are like, "What are you doing with your life with this email?" Anyway, salutations.
And the salutations to Zach Reno.
Ahoy, ahoy.
We got a pirate in the house.
And a pirate in the house.
What was the thing that they said over the first phone call?
I think it was ahoy.
it was ahoy.
Yes, the TikTok I saw was that I think Graham Bell wanted it to be ahoy, and Edison wanted to introduce hello.
That is so like Edison. And
that
that is
an Edison-y
so
thing?
like Graham Bell. Yeah, I think honestly, Graham Bell is like sort of a dark nerd. I would say in our era, he might even be like a little 4chan-y. And
I
and Edison is like out here and like being like, "Ooh, hey, I'm a celeb."
Really? So
Yeah.
he was.
He would have
Yeah,
been like, "Let's get better branding on this," and Alexander Graham Bell would have been like, "This is my thing, and I want it to be how I say."
And we say ahoy like on a boat.
And no women.
There's no women on the boat. There's bad luck on the boat.
That's my understanding.
Who's the big scientist now who does every interview ever?
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, he feels like that. Who's like a scientist, but more a publicist. for
Yeah,
his
like a publicist for
interest.
science.
Yeah.
That's sort of how Edison was, I think, for inventions. He's
Right.
like, if we don't get a good buzz on this, no one's going to use it.
Yeah.
I mean, also very
sometimes it's
smart.
about the message, and sometimes it's about can you communicate.
That's right. And that's
Interesting.
why his battery exists and Tesla's doesn't.
That's right. Tesla will never be a famous name ever again.
I don't. It's hard for my mouth to form the word. Tesla.
I'll just say X.
That's
That's
good.
cool.
When you don't know a word, just say X.
X.
Ryan, I just briefly, and maybe everyone will hear this. For some reason, I can't get your levels any higher. I just want to make sure your mic is being
Interesting.
picked. Oh, there we go.
Interesting.
That hit. Okay. I don't know
Sometimes
what
I'm just a quiet talker.
Perhaps that's what it is.
And you got two little theater kids over here gonna project. So
We'll be speaking like this.
Speaking from the diaphragm.
Me too.
For the back of the house, me too.
I just saw Into the Woods at the Amundsen.
Uh-huh.
I've heard it's fantastic. This particular production of it.
I will allow people to believe that I didn't. It didn't bring me a great deal of joy.
I love this, Dan. I love it.
I will allow people to believe that.
I'm trying not to, because people. That's a play that people really have a connection to.
Yeah. Had
and
you
could
seen
feel
any
it there.
version of it before?
I did it in high school, a very tiny part, the tiniest, most pointless part in the whole.
Wait,
see
wait,
what your
wait,
bias
wait.
is. We see what your bias is immediately.
Yes.
Wait, so which part?
How well do you know it? Were
Extremely
you
well.
trying to guess?
I can't think of a
The
small
small-
part.
tiniest,
okay,
most
the
useless
tiniest
part
one-
in Into the Woods.
Is the coachman.
The coachman
Is the person that literally is just like on stage to bring the stepsisters
Oh,
around.
it's close, but not that. Mine might have melded with the coachman, to be honest.
The cow?
No, that's that person.
Milky-
I know.
Milky
That's
White.
I was gonna be shocked. I'd be like, you didn't
Real
milk
estate.
Milky White?
I need a hint. I don't know.
It was. I'll just say it.
What's the
'cause,
fairy tale?
It's Cinderella. Her
You
father.
Her dad.
Oh.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
It's that small.
He's in there.
He has two to 4 lines. They all don't make any sense. It's like building this character that's like an alcoholic because he's got like it's like one line in the song of One Midnight Gone where he's like, the closer the family, the closer the wine. And he just has a headache. And then he has like one other line.
I think that might be the role I'm thinking of.
Yeah, maybe that's...
And it's someone that is just like in... I had labeled it in my head as the coachman because it's someone who's just around the stepsister's family for seemingly no reason. And it was shocking to me that person would be the dad.
Yes.
But yes.
It might...
Yeah,
You might
I think I think that is who I'm thinking of.
It was... and, you know, it's about the size of part I should have in a musical because I can't sing. But I saw this one and they had... For hearing impaired viewers, they had captions on the side of the stage.
Oh, cool.
So throughout, I'm pretty bad at watching something. If the captions are up, I will like look at the captions.
Interesting.
Pretty exclusively.
I just saw the Beetlejuice tour on Wednesday, and I had never seen it before, and I had a great time. And they had straight up 3 ASL
On
interpreters
stage.
to the left of the stage.
left of the
If you were looking for them, you would see them. But if you weren't, if that wasn't how you were engaging with it, I like basically never noticed them. But
That's cool.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
Subtitles maybe a little more flashy.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone else seemed to be focused on the play.
It's hard to not read
But
it.
you're
The
such
only-
a big reader.
I've said, you know, my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Hunt.
I do know him.
You know Mr. Hunt?
That's my uncle.
We'll take him for all the music. He somehow...
I call him Hunkle.
And why is that?
His last name's Hunt, and he's my uncle.
Huntcle.
Huntcle.
He, my friend Brad and I had him as a teacher, and then as we grew older and were off to college, and Brad had a brother who was 10 years younger who had Mr. Hunt. And your hunticle, and they ran into Mr. Hunt once, or he had him and mentioned Brad, and he did. I don't think he remembered Brad, or like lightly did, but they were like, and you know, I'm friends with Dan Lipper, who you had in class, and he was like, oh, Dan, he was quite the reader. And so it's a nice little inside joke with me and Brad
That is
he
like
was
an
forgettable
interesting
and I'm quite the
compliment.
reader. Yeah,
Like
for a 5th grader.
And
Yeah,
were
yeah.
you?
Apparently,
You know, were you always just like peeping books in class?
you know, yes and no. I did that. You had to read us like 100 pages or whatever, or you had to count the pages you read. And I would do Garfield books. So my pages would
So
be
kind of a
like-
sneaky reader.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
funny though the way that like teachers have to like I think in their own way, in their own brains, categorize all of the children that they
That's
have
funny.
year after year as a way to like remember them. Because I remember at my high school graduation, I was like sitting with a book because I knew it was going to be like an hour-long ceremony, and someone on the faculty who I only tangentially knew walked by and was like, "Zach, always got a book in his hand." I was like, I super do not.
You read through your own high school graduation?
Just while we were all sitting off at the side, it was like maybe the rehearsal that was going to be like
Yes.
well, you know Zach. I mean, he's always
got a book in his hand.
Super dope, guys.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Super don't. I always have
All
a
right,
basketball in
kids,
my hand.
eyes up here. Eyes up here. I want to go over these 3 math problems. They were the most missed on Friday's test. Okay, so remember when we are multiplying fractions, we need to have a common denominator.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so what would it be in this case? Yes, squeezes into tight spaces.
I'm just sat in the back corner. That's
Squeezes
not like
into tight spaces. Once saw you squeeze into a tight space.
yeah. Well, I guess we're dealing with fourths on one side and halves on the other, so we need to find a common denominator. So I would multiply the half side by 2 to get it to 4.
Great job, Squeezes. Glad that finally sunk in because
I
you
just
did
sit
get
in the
half
corner.
credit.
I don't really squeeze. I kind of don't like tight spaces.
Oh, but do you remember 4 months ago when we were doing the Halloween party and I needed people to make a line for the witch's broom limbo?
Oh yeah, and I was real close to Jennifer, and we thought there was no room in the line, but then there was room in the line for you.
That's right. You
Right.
were able to squeeze into a tight place. Thank you so much for helping. Hates popsicles.
Wait, what?
Yeah, hates
Hates
popsicles.
popsicles.
We all know that about you.
No, it's just that Jeremy brought popsicles in the dead of winter for his birthday, and it was cold.
Yeah.
I don't hate popsicles. I just didn't want to-
But everyone else had a popsicle, hates popsicles, so you must really hate
But
them.
it was cold. I just didn't want to eat it because it was cold. I like a popsicle when it's hot.
Okay, hates popsicles. Okay, how would you now work on this
I only
next
have
one?
one eye. Why would that's a way more like
Well-
like a cool pirate or
Oh,
something?
you do? I didn't even notice.
What do you didn't know?
I guess I was so focused on the weird.
I've been trying to make
popsicle
eye
thing.
patch my whole like cool personality.
Well, I guess because you already had an eye patch when you were in second grade last year and as your third grade teacher, I feel like I need to make a connection to you. Hates popsicles. Now, please raise your hand before speaking. Kid I saw at the grocery store but tried to ignore.
Wait, what?
Kid I saw at the grocery store on the weekend but tried to ignore.
I thought-
Please raise your hand before speaking.
I thought you just didn't see me. I was waving
No,
so big.
the weekend is my time, and I like to try to pretend we don't live in the same town.
Can I
yes,
ask a
squeezes
question?
into small places.
You're our homeroom teacher
Yeah.
and our 5th period math teacher. Shouldn't you just learn our names at some point?
I do know your names, but
She won't
names.
do it. She calls me Mr. Dropped 'em Up one time. I've been working here for 20 years.
Janitor Burns.
Yeah, that's my name. You know it. We met only a year ago.
And I know it too, but you have to understand, I've been teaching for 24 years. Kids come and go. Do you know how many Jasons I've taught?
Probably like 10 or 20.
But how many squeezes into tight places have I taught? You're the
I don't know. We
only
do
one.
lines all the time.
You're
It is-
the only one.
okay.
And so when
All right.
you go on to middle school and high school and you want to come back and see your old third grade teacher, I'm going to remember you. And won't that be nice?
Well, I think all the students are going to remember you too, but not by your name.
Well, that's okay. You'll remember me as the remembering teacher.
I don't think so.
Yep, that's what I put on the board. You'll remember me as the remembering teacher. Kid I saw at the grocery store the weekend and tried to ignore. Now, can you tell us how you would cross multiply and then reduce here?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just so thrown off. I just really had this impression of teachers as like friendly people. I was waving and that you didn't want to
And
talk
I
to. And
am
mine's
friendly,
the only
sweetheart.
one that like is true forever.
I was buying wine and I didn't want to get into it. I was buying
Teachers, thank
wine.
you for coming in. Just wanted to talk to you. We've gotten some complaints from the students about just not really knowing
We
them.
listen to them.
Well, at some point we have to. At some point we have to.
The kids, the little ones.
Mrs. chimes in without raising her hand. Yes, that's
Are
what
the
we have
complaints
to
from
do.
the students or from the students' parents?
Mr. chimes in without raising his hand. The complaints are from both. They're from the students' care of the parents.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well,
Mr. doesn't raise his hand. This is a classroom setting, but we're all adults and we're in the teacher's lounge, okay? Mrs. doesn't raise her hand. Mr. doesn't raise his hand. Mr. doesn't raise his hand. If you have an issue, simply raise your hand.
okay.
Mr. doesn't raise his hand. It's not that hard, Simon Says. I'm going to call you Simon Says from now on.
Well, good. That deals with my issue. It's too many of us that you're calling doesn't raise their hand.
Yeah,
Principal from 1993.
Also, I'm worried people are going to think I'm married to both to this man and this woman because we both have the same last name.
You're right, married to everybody. That is a good point. That is a good point.
He's not
Listen to
married to everybody.
I'm famously on the market and all the time.
He's always asking us, you have anyone you can set me up with?
Do you?
No, guy, I can't set up with any of my friends because he lives too far.
All right, friend I suspect doesn't actually have any other friends.
Okay, listen. To put an end to all this, I am simply going to write my name on a piece of paper and put it on the table.
Well, isn't that just like you, guy that always does things from movies? Put a thing on a table and slide it across the table. That's
not my
right
thing.
Number on the
I'm
table.
trying to clarify here.
Listen, ever since you got transferred here in 1993, I've been calling you principal of 1993. Now, it's not my fault. It's currently 2004.
Listen, I'm going to write down a number. And I'm going to slide it across the table.
Why?
Why? Why a number? You said it was going to be your name.
Because I just saw a negotiating movie. And this is what they do.
Everybody, it's been such a wonderful service. And now some of the teachers are going to come up and say some of the names of students we lost in the earthquake. What a beautiful service.
It's always
Thank you, guy who weeps like Ron Goldman's dad.
it's always I mean, we always knew this is the case when we had a school right on the edge of a very, very volatile tectonic plate.
An active fault.
I think we're all gonna miss bad tensile grip strength. And we all knew that when the big crack, when the
We all knew. We're going to miss the guy that couldn't hang on to the edge of the world.
That kid fell into a crater.
yeah,
We're going to miss bad tensile grip strength. We're going to miss fell into lava kid.
it's sad when kids die. It's less sad when it happens because the earth opens up.
Yeah.
That's a different.
That used to be one of my great fears, was getting caught in like a sinkhole or like a chasm like that.
What state did you grow up in?
California.
Okay.
Like I remember seeing it on Baywatch that like a
Sure.
truck was driving and it just fell into
Yeah.
the sand.
Was
and
it
that
made
scared
more
me.
or less scary by the fact that we actually do have earthquakes here all the time? Because for me,
Yeah.
another Californian.
Sorry, Dan.
Sorry,
I
Dan.
have no idea how
Three
to
California.
relate.
Yeah,
Sorry, California.
Like
Relate to that.
earthquakes have always
Yeah.
they're like basically background noise to me at this point. Like I mean obviously like when you're in one it's scary, but I don't have like a perpetual fear about earthquakes the way I do about like East Coast weather phenomenon where like if you told me a hurricane was coming, I would
Right.
be like, well that seems like the scariest thing I've ever heard.
I'm not so scared of the weathery ones, except for maybe tornadoes. Like a hurricane, I'm a little like batten down the hatches, right? A tornado's like, because of Twister, we saw that dad get ripped right into the sky.
Oh my god, what a movie. that
Sky-
movie holds up, I
I
think.
love that
Never
movie.
seen
Sky-
that.
I think
prisoner.
What?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I missed
No,
it.
no,
Happened.
congrats to you. You have a great activity you have to do today.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I'm so excited for you to
open.
get to watch Twister. You know they're making a sequel, Twisters.
Is that true?
Fantastic.
Yeah, it got shut down with 10 days left of shooting for the SAG strike.
Damn.
Right there.
Oh, they'll be right back.
Yeah, but 10 days left. That's got to feel so
That's
like.
rough.
Right.
Ugh.
That's
It's got to
the
feel
thing.
like a Twister came right through
That's
and
right.
ripped your set.
Maybe even two of them.
Multiple.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't seen it in so long.
A lot of great actors. Bill
great.
Paxton, Helen Hunt,
Carrie
Philip Seymour
Elwes.
Hoffman.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Good
Carrie Elwes is having a nice, like, campy renaissance in
Yes.
his career. I don't
Yeah.
know if you
What else
saw.
has he done lately?
He was in
He was
Dead
in
Reckoning.
Yeah, he's in Mission
and-
Impossible 7 Part 1.
Oh.
and Blackberry.
The last
He's a
time,
pretty
the
campy
last time
guy,
I
man.
remember clocking that Carrie Elwes was in something again was like a Princess Diaries movie, and that was a while ago.
He
He's
did
in
another movie
Saw.
with Princess in it.
Did he not? Am I making that
No,
up?
you might be right, but
I
I
mean,
just figure
he's
after
Princess Bride.
He's Princess Bride. Yes,
you got to
And
stop.
and then he's like a few years later Robin Hood Men in Tights, and he's like,
he's in
dressed similar.
Is he
very
the main
Oh,
guy?
yeah.
Yeah, he's
That's-
Robin
okay,
Hood. Yeah.
But I remember I have a visual image of him as some sort of like older fantasy character. I thought it was Princess Bride, but maybe not.
He's also in a Netflix $2 made Christmas movie with Brooke Shields about being like the Duke of a house in Scotland.
And what's it called?
It might be called A Castle for Christmas or something.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's a good name.
And he speaks with a Scottish brogue,
Oh, we love it.
which I can't really do.
Rogue. That's good.
Don't make me.
No
I
one's
mean, it sounds like
making-
you really want to. a
Don't
little bit.
make me. I really can't.
It's like go down to the golf course and play a game.
It's like donkey. Let me get into it. Donkey.
Yeah, find it.
Just find it with Shrek. Yeah.
Oh, I love my swamp donkey. There you go.
That's really good.
I love. I know there's a comma in that sentence, but I really wanted the quote to be Shrek's always saying, I love my swamp donkey.
I love my swamp donkey. Here, the pants now. That's him doing, that's So I Married an
That's
Expert.
Shrek quoting So I Married an Expert.
Oh, he's gonna go cry himself to sleep on his huge pillow in the swamp donkey.
All right, so we're just gonna need. We're basically done. We've got the whole movie in the can, Mr. Myers. We just need a couple other lines for like advertising. Something we're not.
For ads, cool.
Yeah, something we're not sure that we're gonna say. So let's first. I'll just slide the copy over to you. Now.
Would you slide it slowly over the table?
Yeah, hold on. I'm
Thank you
writing
so
a
much.
number on the copy.
I love cinema.
Sliding it over the table.
Thank you.
So great. This is just sort of, this first one is just like a series of things breaking through your window and you're so mad about it.
Great.
And Mike, we just want to say thank you so much for coming in for this additional day. You have been so impressive the whole time, but this is really.
And we know you love to do remote, and you're so great at remote, and your home setup is great.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you.
No, we really appreciate. Of course, happy to be here. Thanks for the fruit basket.
So this is just like a pigeon fell out a window, and it's a pigeon's in here.
Pigeon reaction. Take one. Rolling whenever.
Yeah, we're just gonna roll. We're just gonna roll constantly.
Oh,
Pigeons in here, donkey.
Great. Now this next one is the physician prescribed Valtrex is in here, donkey. When Valtrex flies through the window.
Oh no! This pigeon prescribed me Valtrex, donkey.
Sorry, I just needed to clarify. The pigeon is not the doctor.
Oh,
this is an alternate thing where a bottle of Valtrex, which comes in a bottle, I think.
Yeah, I know that the cat is way out of the bag on this one, but it feels like having Shrek 7 written by like teens on TikTok has sort of started to show. Like some of the early pages I got seemed great, but this.
And honestly, we're trying to filter out. So if you hear one that you really feels off brand for you, you just let us know. So just
I know I'm an icon to them now.
You really
Me specifically,
are.
not Shrek.
Yeah. So this next one is I'm a little bumblebee. I know what you want from me.
I don't know,
guys.
I don't know, guys. I feel like I could just take my fruit basket and leave. You know, I'm Mike Myers. Okay, I'm Austin.
Mike.
I'm Wayne.
Yeah.
We love your
I'm
performance.
the
You're in the Pentaveret.
Yeah, I mean, I can't just.
We deleted the Guru. The Guru's not out anymore.
We don't do the guru anymore.
Yeah, Guru's
but
gone.
I am the guru.
No, it's been deleted.
Yeah, we're trying to. That was for your benefit. We sort of removed the guru.
Okay. If you want to do that, okay.
Mike, it's for you. The Guru was so bad and so offensive. It's not good to have out there.
You know what? I just can't take my fruit basket and I'm going to go back home.
Okay.
Because I don't need this. I don't need you. And I don't need you. And I don't need you. And I don't need the bumblebee. But does someone have a...
I'm still rolling on this. Do we want any of this or should I cut?
Mike, just keep the roll going. We're going to do a long series, even if the conversations are in here.
All right.
I'm going to put in this fruit basket. This is mostly grapes.
Mr. Myers, before you leave, keep those cans on real quick. I just wanted to say, I'm just such a huge fan.
Thank you.
I never thought I'd get the chance to work with you.
Thank you.
Is this what you needed? We're all fans of you.
Come on, thank you.
And you know, obviously none of us thought that the day our dream would come true would be on Shrek 7, a TikTok presentation.
Additional ad recordings. But
but it's still a special day for me. And if you wouldn't mind just doing a few more lines, and I'll try to be as efficient as possible. I know I don't want to step on the director and the producer here, but
jump in.
I just really would love to see
all right, fine.
you do your work.
All right, fine.
This guy's really got an emotional line to Mike.
Yeah.
Oh no! This pigeon's flown in here and I got Valtrex, donkey! Oh no! My Scholl's inserts aren't working in this swamp muck, donkey!
Great.
Perfect.
Donkey! I tried using Arm & Hammer for more than just my teeth, donkey!
Okay, now, Mike, that was perfect. Now we're just going to do a fast food run, just in case we can get any of these fast food companies in here.
Donkey! Have it your way. In or out of the swamp, Burger's your king. Donkey! Fish fillet Fridays. We know it's Lent. Donkey!
Great.
Say McDonald's, say McDonald's.
At McDonald's, at McDonald's. Oh, Taco Bell. Hey, what's your butt feel like a swamp?
Honestly, I think we got it.
Yeah, that
I
was
think we got
nailed.
them all in one.
Wow.
No, let me do that one again. I said, what your
No, I like that one.
What, your butt feel like a swamp?
Yeah, I can't feel too perfect. You know, these TikTok kids, they're into the raw stuff. They're into the mistakes.
All right, whatever you guys say. I gotta get out of here.
Scene.
Zach, Jess, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having
what
us.
a pleasure.
You guys are so fun and funny.
Jessica McKenna, what would you like to plug? Where can people find you?
You know, Zach and I have sunsetted the weekly release of Off Books, but our podcast. But we've started like the beginning dalliance of taking it into a new, more casual, laid back project. And the first episode, or maybe 2 episodes. When is this going to come out?
This I actually don't know yet.
Okay, great. Look to that space. First of all, our whole feed is now out. So if you've never heard, you can listen to like 300 musicals. And then we're starting a new project. And the beginning stage of it is where we're going to write a musical. And the first episode is us reviewing our first 100 episodes to sort of cull and see what ideas and themes we're always going to inspire the musical we're going to write.
Cool. Wow.
We end up talking about a lot of other stuff in that episode. It was a fun episode.
Yeah. So if you've never listened to Off Book, like
That's a wild place to start.
don't start there. But if you've been like, oh, I listened to Off Book, but then you stop, so I unsubscribed. Stay subscribed because we're gonna plop some fun stuff in the feed and watch the space and all that. And hey, we're on strike, so support your pay to the entertainment fund.
Yeah.
Community fund.
Community fund.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say.
Great.
Anything, Zach? That's
No,
all
those are the things.
That's your contribution.
Beautiful.
We will plug that we will be in Atlanta, Georgia with Big Grande on
Fun.
August 11th and 12th at Dad's Garage Comedy Theater, and then in Savannah, Georgia on August 14th at Front Porch Improv.
Yeah.
Fun.
So Southeastern United States, find Big Grande and
Go see the boys.
Yeah.
boys.
And there's a
see
new
those
Teachers Lounge
teachers.
live out. We did a live episode at UCB Theater that we recorded and released on Big Grande website. So check that out as well.
That's right. And thanks again to Zach and Jessica.
Hey, thanks so
Thank
much,
you.
host who brought us waters and host who doesn't live here.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, guest who...
Arrived late, you can say it.
Bye.
On a Thursday.
What's up, Man Dog Pod listeners? Thank you so much for tuning in to today's free episode. If you want to hear the full episode, it's available over on our Patreon, patreon.com/you'rethemannowdog. We've got full episode audio and video for everything we've done, a huge archive of tons of fun stuff with all your favorite comedians. Check it out today. Once again, that's patreon.com/you'rethemannowdog. Thanks so much and have a great day.